Fu, I'm disappointed.
Oh. Okay.
Where the fuck are all the officers? There's 8 on duty. Have you been driving him away?
Me driving them away?
Yeah, because I mean, isn't this your shift? Isn't this your responsibility? Where the fuck are the officers?
I'll be honest with you, Chief.
I need a goddamn answer. Why are you?
You're right. It's unacceptable that I'm talking to you in a foreign language, and I apologize for that.
All right, fantastic. All right, so what are we going to do about this?
I have been getting in contact with officers of this ship.
Yo, look, Cass, look at the fresh
they
stuff.
haven't been coming around.
Oh.
Yes, it's something I've been doing over the past 2 weeks.
Good shit.
Because Captain Sider was also curious about it, and I've been on it. A lot of them have not replied. A few of them are on LOA.
Yep. It's probably, let's be honest, it's probably like college shit. And they probably signed up because they're like, oh, PogChamp, new city. And then they're like, oh, shit, I got school. And then some of them probably lost their virginity. Other people realize that they don't like video games anymore. Some may be failing out of their classes. Others may have, you know what I'm saying. Timing, I think, was a big bit.
I 100% agree.
And that's why I didn't go to college, Fu. I realized it was a waste of time.
You didn't go to college, sir?
No.
Oh, you can't tell at all.
We need to let them know that college is a waste of their time, and the only thing that matters is this city and this police force. Operation Dropout.
Operation Dropout. Let me write that one down. I actually like that one. So, to kind of help with the situation here of our low staffing thing for the EU, I have been working on an onboarding program that I'm waiting on approval from the commissioner. It's something I've been working on it for the last few days. The documentation is done. He kind of assigned me to it. Let me do it on my own. But he's a very busy man, and I do have several people that have been coming in to try to get hired for these.
Well, so I'm confused. Why does it commissioner need to sign off on it? Why not like Bussin? Why not myself? Is this like why are you skipping chain of command? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, with all due respect, sir, he asked me particularly to.
Oh, okay, all right. The way you phrased it, I was like, the fuck.
I apologize.
Yeah, no, you're good. So break it down for me, because look, I haven't been around this time. I normally get around in the evening, and I do plan to be around a lot more for a number of reasons. So,
yes, sir. So
try to get. Go ahead.
So basically, they come in here, and we set together a group meeting for them for their interest, of which we go over the standards and the expectations of the city. The commissioner wants them to have had time in the city already, instead of, we've had several officers, and this is a part of the problem. They come in here to get a job, and they have on them a gift basket, as if they have just flown off of the plane and came and got a job, And those are some of the officers that we haven't seen come around. So their commitment to the city just isn't there, and that plays a major role.
Agreed.
So he wanted me to put together a list, almost a checklist of things that they should probably have done already in the city, such as community outreach, a little bit of work here and there, just to show that they have made themselves a present in the community, of which they plan on serving and protecting. And I've gotten that outline, as well as a pamphlet on the things that they can do in the city, and that's the documentation I'm just waiting for to be approved.
Okay. Okay, interesting.
And that's basically it. And once those prerequisites have been met, then we can start moving them into what he calls the SBS. Similar to a pool of people. It's like a security thing. And that'll be, how in other departments, people go to DLC or they do gate duty.
I'm sorry, what's SBS?
It's like a security, business.
Is it for like problem officers that we want just because they're funny?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
In other departments, they have a DLC. Yeah. And we pull from that pool to hire. It'll be like that, or at least that was his vision for it.
Wait, whose vision for what? Wait, say that a bit. Look, I was following until the SBS bit, and then I'm like, hold up.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not. By the way, I'm not criticizing it. I was taken aback by it being references, SBS. All right.
Yes, Chief. That was the commissioner's. He coined it the SBS. I think
Oh.
it's the something business security. I have to get the exact terms for you, but it's his program.
Oh, the security. Yes. I'm gonna try to convince him not to call it that because it's listen, it's another way to use the R word.
Is that a slur, sir?
No, it's not a slur. I mean, it depends. I use the phrase all the time. But not that, you know. I mean, it can be technically, but I'm from the East Coast, so.
Okay, understandable,
yeah.
sir. My condolences.
The
my
fuck?
heart's in Texas. Yes, sir. My heart's in Texas.
What do you mean condolences?
Well, it's the only real time zone.
To who? You have.
To America, sir.
Listen, Texas is. What even is in Texas? You got Elon Musk. That's it.
What? Sir, I honor the flag of Texas. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God and one indivisible. Sir.
You do?
Yes. I mean, it might not seem like it because I'm from China, but my heart is in Texas. I know it doesn't make sense. Let's move on. All right.
Is it because they both have a star?
There's stars on several flags, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, there's like the singular Texan star and then there's a singular Chinese star.
That's very valid, but I will not ever compare China to Texas.
Oh my God.
Sir.
Texas is like little China.
Oh my God, let's move on. Don't say that. Well, I agree with you on the SBS. Perhaps we can convince the commissioner to rename the program.
Yeah, people start thinking the 2 months. Yeah, only because it may mostly. There's a long connotation list. You may not get good. I don't know what its plan is. Whatever. Anyways, continuing on. Like, so what's going on in the shift?
Okay, so there's that. And I've done everything I could to try and streamline the process and not make it so.
Are you trying to kiss me right now? Because you're fucking close. Let's back up a bit. All right. Not. I mean, just you don't have to.
I've been doing of it.
All right, go ahead.
I'm trying to find. I'm having a difficulty finding the balance here, so I'm not really too sure.
No, just stay where you are. That's good.
Should
normal.
Should I look away? Should I look away?
Listen, I don't know what you guys do in Texas, but just that's good enough right there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I've been doing what I can to streamline the process and not make it so, cumbersome. I don't know. I was worried.
Look, can I give you guys? Can I give you a tip?
Sure.
I'm gonna, man. I don't give a shit. I get on the radio. Well, okay. So look, I'm not going to come in here and I want to be very clear about this. Start to like press buttons and criticize what's happening, right? Because
you can do what you want.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not a dog shit chief, which means that I'm on duty one time at this time in the past like 3 weeks. I'm not gonna go start, this sucks, that sucks, who fucking knows, right? You need the data first. But I'll tell you this, right? No matter what you are putting together, you need more foos. You need more like strong, very strong. If you can find more like, how do I put this? Okay, I'm gonna be a little offensive.
Chief, at the top of the list is a personality test for the
well, I think it goes deeper than that, right?
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of individuals that I think might be dropped as a child when I listen to them on the radio. I don't know what the deal with that is. There's a lot of them fucking talking like fucking children. Oh my God, like it's 10, 1 to 6. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what the fuck is going on. There's a goddamn pattern of that.
So nobody from
not
Sandy,
clear, not like, they don't sound like fucking cops. They sound like some fucking degenerates. I'm just going to keep it a buck, right? there's like you, there's like black, there's like a handful, but there seems to be like an I've noticed this, a little bit of an overabundance of just like sandy shorians or something like that, or you know, like they're you know, maybe there's not enough testosterone in their balls, so like they're, you know, maybe their balls still like up there type shit, right? My point is, I ain't trying to judge that, but in order for a good expansion of a police force is, on one hand, you can go get like 10, 15, right, cops, and then you can try to filter them out and then hope some succeed, but that's such a fucking waste of energy, as opposed to if you're able to get 1 or 2 super solid candidates that sound like cops, that understand how a city like this can function. You're interested in talking to them and they do not fucking annoy the shit out of you, right?
I'm tracking.
And you focus your energy on that, and then you expand, and then you expand. I'm not a big fan of just hire a bunch of people and then hope they succeed. It's a waste of time. It really is. And the proof is in the pudding. Is we have a good number of officers. We used to have like fucking 30 cops around this time after tsunami later, and where the fuck are they? You wasted a lot of time. That's just a reality, right? I don't know how things used to work. I've been in high command for like 5 years now. That shit never works, right?
Yes, sir.
So,
which is why, if I may.
Yeah.
Which is why I feel the commissioner is doing this whole prerequisite thing on people who.
I think that's a great idea.
Part of the city. Yes,
I think what the commissioner is doing is an absolutely fantastic idea, but maybe something to consider. And by the way, just don't take this as like a you need to do this. This is like, consider it like food for thought, right?
Of course.
Is some of the best officers I've ever hired was by asking folks to submit a video application, because literally in 3 minutes, you know very quickly, if you are, listen, if you're good at, if you ask people to submit videos and submit their availability for the next like 2-3 months, and you use those 2 things, you're going to find exactly what you're looking for. I guarantee it. Because if you get out of there someone that's saying like, I could dedicate 25 hours a week from, I don't know, 10 a.m. until like 4 p.m. or some shit like that during the week or during the weekend or whatever the hell it is, and you watch their video and they sound and look solid, like you're interested in watching them if they had a Twitch channel, right? You probably got exactly what you're looking for really quickly. So that's my opinion. And then you worry about like, you know, I don't know. You worry about the, I noticed you wrote streamer. They don't have to be, right? Like, not everybody, you know, it's not difficult to fucking record nowadays on body cam, right?
Oh, no, I'm just writing down a list, sir.
Yeah. Am I making sense? Do you want to see some of the videos that I used to build up a department way back when?
No, you make absolute sense, actually. It's something that I'll try to write into the program as, you know, if you can't go through all of this, this is an option as well. Which I actually, you know, what you're suggesting at least.
It just kind of fucking makes sense. You know what you're purchasing off the bat, right?
Right, yeah.
Like, if you got someone like, because otherwise, like, how the hell it's going to take you fucking weeks otherwise to know whether not someone's like annoying or not.
Oh, you know? You're right. Damn, okay.
As opposed to like a 3-minute video of like what their background is, who they are. You can hear how they're talking, right? You can tell if they have, you should be able to gauge their intelligence level just by the way they talk. Right?
Have you discussed this with the commissioner? Because this is
great. Did. I don't think he got it though.
No. Yeah. Well, he kind of put me.
No, do your thing. I'm gonna bring it up to him again, but I'm gonna die on that hill because I made one of the best departments ever through that methodology.
Yeah. No, that's actually.
You know what the
great.
crazy thing is? Our department had a 80+% attendance rate because
80+%.
Yeah. Yeah, it was actually insane. And the reason is because if you hand select like at the forefront, then think about it this way, right? You can spend 100% of your energy across like I don't know, what, 60 applicants? How the hell are you going to imagine spreading out all that effort, right? Number one, they end up not getting enough attention, like individually, while you're spreading it, which means they're not going to get the amount of training, right?
Before we get too far down here, I do have a concern once you're done with what you're telling me.
But if you're hand selecting on like prerequisites, time on duty, right? Are they available during the week? What times is it, or the weekends, right? And you look through their shit and you're like, oh man, I want to have this guy in my department. And then you fucking put that same energy into that person and one other person. You now got a fucking super soldier that you have imprinted yourself on, and now they can do the same thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no, that's really good. I'm going to take your idea here and kind of go off and maybe try to.
Otherwise, you end up with a bunch of empty bodies, right? And just hope eventually they become interesting.
All right, I'll definitely try to implement that into the thing here. Oh, so
I mean, shit, you might find someone in the middle of the street and you're like, dude, this guy would make a good cop. You know what I mean?
I have ran into several ones of those, but you know, I don't want to overstep. It's more like I can suggest it. But now that I'm kind of in charge of the FTOing thing, I wonder if I have the would I
mean, you just cook on it, right? Don't, like I said, I don't take this as like I need to do this. I'm just kind of giving you some food for thought, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I have your ear though. Yep. I do have a concern, and I was going to go to the staff sergeant about this because that would be the COC, right? But we're on different times.
Yeah, of course.
I have been okay. I'm just going to be straight with you, Chief.
Yeah.
I've been the corporal that chews people out, you know.
Yeah.
But as of the last couple of days, I've been having a very difficult time doing that because I have been asked to chew some people out that have been doing what they're told.
What do you mean?
Based off of.
Okay, give me an example.
Okay, so the other day, Captain, during the shift meeting, Bustin wanted us to give a little more context. With Captain Bustin, I apologize, wanted to give us a little bit more context on our comms, right? Okay. Because he needs to hear more of it. You know, sometimes you'll say some stuff and
I know exactly what you're talking about. I fucking hate our comms.
It won't be enough.
This is something that needs to be actively discussed. The TLDR is I spoke to Lane about this. Fuck, I didn't actually bring it up to her.
Well, let me go on. Maybe, hopefully we're talking about the same thing. And so I'll have an officer try to give more context. Not everybody's the best at this, but they try. I'm proud of our officers. They really try their best. So they'll give more context after that shift. But then I'll have, and I really don't want to call anybody out. I'll be called up by a superior, and I'm told to, hey, tell this motherfucker that they're doing too much. And in my mind, it's like, well, they're really trying to give more context.
Give me an example of what's happening. Like, what does that mean?
All right, so to break it down, we're told in shift change, give us more context. Some of the officers try their best to give more context, and they get in trouble for it because then they're saying too much.
Who's giving them trouble? Give me names, motherfucker. Stop being a pussy. This whole I want to make this really clear, Fu. You cannot be afraid to tell the chief of police who's fucking up. Because otherwise, if you're afraid that they're going to get upset, then they should not be in the police force to begin with.
I just don't want it to turn into a different matter, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
Well, okay. Let me just say it then. So like, I'll have Sergeant Payne, for instance, call me up and say, "Hey,
I get you.
Tell that motherfucker to."
I get you. He's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's what it comes down to. Now, I'm saying he's wrong. I haven't had the chance to speak to him on the matter. He's great, but this is something that needs to be discussed at a higher level. Is the fact of the matter is I don't give a fuck about chat hoppers. Look, there is a larger discussion that does indeed need to happen. our comms, in my opinion, are dog shit just because it may sound pleasant. They're fucking useless a lot of times.
Okay, so we have
because until I hear concise comms that actually provide enough context in a city that is moving at a higher pace, they're not useful. They're not. And if it is annoying folks, I have to ask them. You know, it just, I don't know how to put this. Like,
let me tell you why our comms are shit.
Yeah,
we have, and now I'm just being straight because here we are. So we'll have one part of command tell us we need more, and we'll have another part of command tell us we're doing too much, and it leaves officers.
The problem is that
I work with them.
The problem is
on a daily.
Is that, and this is the bigger issue here, is that I already noticed this yesterday and previously, is that if you are going to correct, whether you're a corporal or higher, you're to pull that officer aside after the fact and show them what good comms are, what a good pit is. And if you're not doing it, you're not doing your job, and your corrective actions are useless.
Yes, sir.
So I agree in both ends, because more context and too much are literally non-descriptor, non-objective, inherently subjective suggestions that don't come with. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're just saying, yes, don't like. Right?
I just feel like, because I work with these guys on the ground here, they talk to me, and I feel like some of them are even just afraid to even say anything on the radio because they're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a problem that bubbles up to the top, is that we got to figure out what it looks like, and quite frankly, I don't really give a shit how things used to be. The reality is we're living in a completely different city that needs to look. We're making changes, right? The way that. What do you believe our comms should be?
I believe that, yes, ABC's accuracy, brevity, and clarity is good, but sometimes.
Come with me. You're giving me comms and a pretend chase. Just so you don't feel like you're in trouble, the point of this exercise is I want to hear your comms. Right? Because if you... Because you get what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.